Hey YouTube, I'm Eris. Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we're going to be doing a freshman advice video for my college freshmen.
JB Moro, go and get your bag.
First of all, I want to say congratulations to all of my high school graduates. I'm so proud of y'all. Y'all have made it through another journey and y'all about to start a new one, and I'm so happy for y'all new beginnings. So let's hop right into this tips and advice I'm gonna need, because college ain't no joke, baby. Okay, so the first category that I'm going to be talking about is roommates. So the first tip that I have is to stay clean and respectful. You don't want to be in another person's space and be a mess and have your stuff everywhere. Like, it's their space too. Y'all are sharing a space together. So you want to make sure that you're being respectful of their space and their boundaries, and you're making sure that you're clean. Also, you're going to have room checks, so you want to make sure your area is clean anyway. But for your roommate's sanity and just to help you as well, you want to make sure that you're keeping your space clean, because you don't want to cause issues with you and your roommate about cleanliness. The next thing that I would say is, with any issues, talk them out. Everything can be fixed with simple communication. Like, all you have to do is say, hey, I didn't appreciate when you did this. I hope that we can move forward in this way. I hope that in the future we can change and do this instead. Like, it's easy, simple communication that you guys can talk about and address the issues that you have, instead of making a big deal, going to social media about the issue, talking badly about the person. Like, you just want to make sure you're talking stuff out so that you avoid any type of conflict. The next thing I would say is to set boundaries early. Like, you want to make sure that your roommate knows your boundaries and your rules and your expectations before y'all actually become roommates, and before y'all live together, or before like maybe like a few days before y'all go to class and stuff, or that week where it's freshman week. You want to make sure you're getting to know your roommate and the boundaries that they have, what they like, what they don't like, what they appreciate, what they don't appreciate, just so that it can be a more comfortable area and more in a comfortable space. And it will also create less conflict and confrontations in the future. So you just want to make sure you're setting boundaries early on in the relationship. The next thing I would say is, you have to know that you and your roommate are not the same person. Y'all were definitely raised differently. Everybody is not raised the same. Not everybody was raised with the same parents. Not everyone was raised with the same values. Not everything was taught the same way as to which you were taught. Like, there are different things, different factors going into every person. And you have to know and respect that. They were not raised with you. They were not raised the same way that you were raised. So you want to make sure that you know that you're not going to be the same. You're not going to be the same person. Y'all are going to have different things. Y'all are going to organize differently. Y'all are going to have different routines. Like, you're not the same person, and you have to respect that. And you have to know that and realize that in order for the relationship to work. I would also say, just because y'all are friends in high school, because you knew them before, you've known them for a long time, doesn't mean that y'all are compatible living together. I've heard stories where people were friends for a really long time, but then they started living together in college and it didn't work out because they were just raised differently. They didn't live together. They weren't in the same space when they went home together. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just wasn't compatible because they never lived together, but they were friends. It was just the living situations were different at home. So it was a big adjustment for when they came to college. And it also can ruin the friendship. So just because y'all were friends in high school doesn't mean that y'all are compatible living together in college as well. The next topic that I have is relationships. The first subsection under that, I would say, like, what's your love language? Like, if you know that your love language is physical touch and you're going to be hours away from one another, then how is that going to work? You know what I'm saying? You have to know, like, what you like and if that's going to work when you go to college. I'll also say, do you know if you're good at long distance? Like, if you're good at long distance, you don't have to see that person every day. Y'all can just talk on the phone. Like, it'll be the same vibes. Or if y'all are really close and you know that the vibes won't change just because y'all are on the phone every day or because it's long distance, then yeah, you have to know yourself and know your partner. Do you get bored easily? Like, if you get bored with one person easily, then is it really good to have a long-term relationship or a long-distance relationship with your partner if you know that by the time you get to college, you're going to want to explore and do this and do that with other people because you get bored? So you just have to know yourself and know what you like and what you don't like, and know your expectations and, like, know your boundaries and stuff, and express that to the other person, the person you're in a relationship with, or the person you're trying to get in a relationship with while you're at college. I will also say, don't go to college looking for a relationship. If a relationship happens, then it happens. Like, it should come naturally. It shouldn't feel like it's forced, or it shouldn't feel like you went and looked and like purposely found a person. It should feel natural. You don't want to force yourself into a relationship, or you don't want to feel like you're rushing into one. Take it slow, take it easy. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. And that's just what it is. I will also say to be yourself. You want to be your true, authentic self. People are going to love you for you, and if they don't, then they're not for you. And that's just what it is. Like, you don't want to be fake and be phony, and you don't want to act a certain way around certain people and act a different way around other people, because eventually they're going to mix. And they're gonna see both sides of you, and it's not gonna be cool when it all turns out. And they're gonna think that you're fake, or like you're not authentic and you're not real, you're not genuine. So you just wanna make sure you're being your authentic, real self all the time. Be yourself. People are gonna love you, I swear. There are gonna be people that click with you, and there are gonna be people that don't click with you. And people that click with you are gonna click with you, and y'all gonna be like this. So I would just say be yourself. People are gonna love you for you, and yeah. I will also say to set boundaries early. This goes in with the roommates thing, but this is for relationships all around: boyfriend, girlfriend, friend, mom, dad, like sister, brother. You have to set boundaries in relationships. You have to tell the person what you like, what you don't like, so they know not to offend you or not to disrespect you in a certain way. You want the person to know you. So always set boundaries. The next subsection are apps that you need. So the first app that I would say is GroupMe. GroupMe is going to be your best friend, because the different orgs that you join are going to use GroupMe. The different clubs that you're in, the different organizations you're in, the different programs you're in, they're going to use GroupMe to communicate. And you want to make sure that you have that app, because that is how they always communicate. Also, the group chats for the school, like we have a UMES 26 group chat, there's a UMES 25 group chat, there's a UMES group chat all around. They use GroupMe to communicate with each other and to make friends and stuff like that. So you want to make sure you're in these group chats, just like stay connected, stay aware of what's going on. And yeah, so have GroupMe. The app that you are going to need is Mathway, or some type of math app, because math be hard. Math be mathing, and it be hard, okay? So you want to make sure that you have Mathway just to help you out, help you see. Like with Mathway, you can take a picture of the problem, or you can type the problem in, and it'll show you the steps of the problem and the answer and the result. And you can easily see what you missed, or like what you need to work on and stuff like that, or see step by step and how to break it down so that you can apply it to the next problem that you have. And I feel like that's a really good app to have, just because it's simple and it's easy to use. Easily snap a picture and then bam, you have the answers, or you have the steps to solve the problem. So I would say that's a good app to use and to have. The next app that I would say is to have Canvas, or if you don't use Canvas, a lot of colleges also use Blackboard. Whichever school app that y'all use to see y'all assignments, to see your grades, that's the app that you want to download. We use Canvas. It's a really simple app. You can see your grades, the assignments the teacher posts, the announcements that they have for the class, the syllabus, the course materials, all of that is on there. So you want to make sure you have that app downloaded on your phone, just so it give you easy access when you don't have your laptop or something like that, or if you leave your laptop at your normal access and you have access to it on your phone. The next app that I would say is important that many people like forget about is Instagram. Instagram is how colleges communicate with you. Not how colleges communicate, but when you're a part of like the SGA or the CAB and they're posting events and stuff, that is how they promote their event. They use Instagram, they use Twitter, they use, like, I know NCAT, they're heavy on Twitter, and so you want to make sure you're following their Twitter so you can stay updated on what's going on around the school. And I know for UMES, we use a lot of Instagram, a lot of Reels, just to make sure people are involved, people are staying active on campus. So I would highly recommend you use Instagram, Twitter, whatever your college uses to promote their events. I would highly recommend getting that app if you don't have it already. And the last app that I would highly recommend is definitely Gmail. You are going to use Gmail. Like for us, it will be your username and then at umes.edu, right? So with that being said, you can link your Gmail onto your phone. You can see the updates. Like teachers are going to email you when there's no class, when there's assignments you need to do, when there's projects that are due, when there's stuff that you have to turn in, they're going to send you via email, and it's easy to have it on your phone so that you can easily, oh, this is what I missed. Or if it's like early in the morning, you got to get ready for class, you don't have time to check your laptop, and class is canceled. That is how you're going to find out if class is canceled, because they're going to send it on an email. You're not going to see it on your computer until you get to class. And there's no class. So you just want to make sure that you have it on your phone so that it's easy access, you can see it right away, and it's just accessible to you when you don't have your laptop open. Next category that I have is friendships. So this kind of ties into roommates a little bit, but the first thing I would say is to make sure that you're surrounding yourself with people with similar interests, similar backgrounds, just so that you can feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to just reach out to people who are completely different from you. Y'all don't have anything in common. Like, you're not going to click. You want to find people that you click with, people that you're going to have lifelong friendships with. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you want to build things with people, because that's just college. You make relationships, you build relationships. So I would say make sure that you're surrounded by people who have similar interests with you. Become friends with the people who are in clubs with you, because y'all share common interests. You know what I'm saying? So you just want to make sure that you're surrounding yourself with good people and people who are similar to you. The next thing I would say is to follow the class page, and like you can hit people up based off the class page. So like for me, there's a UMES freshman class 26 page, and so we all introduced ourselves, posted a couple pictures, made a little introduction, what major we were in, what we're looking forward to in the school year, stuff like that. So you can reach out to people on the class page on Instagram and stuff like that. And I feel like that's a good way to like get to know people in your major and stuff like that. It's the easy way before y'all get on campus, you get a better relationship with that person. Sometimes they don't always last. Like sometimes the communication might die out, but sometimes they do last. You know what I'm saying? So you just want to make sure that you're engaging in the class pages on Instagram and stuff like I said previously. Another app that you want to get, which is ties into the friendship aspect, is Zeme. So this is how I met my roommate last year. We met on Zeme and it was a really good connection. We both had the app. We both listed our interests, what we were looking for in a roommate, and she was like, hey, I feel like we would be a good fit. How about I get to know you? And I was like, all right, cool. And that's how that happened. So Zeme is definitely a good app to build friends, or like to find people that click with you, find people with similar interests with you. I'm going to leave the icon / logo on the screen so that you guys can see it and see what it looks like. But it's a really good app to use, and it's a really good app to find friends and stuff. So I would highly recommend using Zeme. The next thing I would say again is to be yourself. People love the authentic you. They don't want to be around somebody who's fake, somebody who's putting on a different persona than who they are. Be yourself. People are going to love you. Like I said, people are going to love you. I promise you. You're going to find people that click with you. If anybody's on UMS campus, I'm open to new friendships. I'm looking for some new friends. The friend application is open. So if you're interested in being my friend, let me know, because I'm quick to hang out with somebody. Like, just let me know. We're going to link up, period. So yeah, be yourself, and people are going to gravitate towards you, like, for real. Like, the next thing I would say is to stay open-minded. Like I said, everyone comes from different backgrounds. Everyone comes from a different place. Everyone comes from different morals, how they were raised. You want to make sure that you're staying open-minded. Not everyone is going to be like you, and that's okay. That's what makes it unique. That's what makes it different. Y'all are not the same person. Like, you want to make sure you're staying open-minded so you don't offend people, and just so that you can have a relationship with people. You know what I'm saying? The next thing I would say concerning friendships would definitely be to expect disagreements. Not everything is going to be sunshine and rainbows all the time. Y'all are going to have arguments, and that's completely normal. Like I said, y'all are different people coming from different places, different point of views, different opinions. Y'all are bound to disagree on something, but you want to make sure you're talking it out. Talk it out. Talk about why something hurt your feelings, or why you disagree with that person. You know what I'm saying? Like, make sure that you're openly communicating with that person, so y'all don't have that issue again in the future. You just want to make sure you're having open communication, because disagreements are bound to happen, and it can easily be solved with communication. So I got asked on my Instagram, this was one of the questions that somebody asked. The question was, if you're more introverted, how do you make friends? Find somebody who is going to bring you out your shell. Find somebody who's going to take you to parties. Find somebody that's going to hang out with you and walk around campus with you. Somebody who's going to eat lunch with you. Somebody who's going to bring out that your inner you, to make you more extroverted and make you seem like you're a more outgoing person. You want to surround yourself with people who are going to bring that out of you, so that way you can be more outgoing as well. If you're surrounded by outgoing people, you're bound to be more outgoing, because they're pushing you and you're around that energy, and it's going to force you to come out of your shell more. So that's how I would say, if you're more introverted, then find people who are going to bring you out your shell, who are more outgoing, who are more outspoken, because those are people who's going to bring that out of you. You know what I'm saying? Okay, the next thing we're going to talk about are majors. It is completely okay to go in undecided. If you don't know what you want to major in, join clubs that pique your interest. Do stuff that makes you happy. Do stuff that will guide you towards a specific major. You know what I'm saying? So you want to make sure that you're doing stuff that makes you happy. Don't do a major because your parents said that you have to become a doctor, because you have to become a lawyer, because they want you to be some architect, some engineer. Do what makes you happy. If art makes you happy, then do that. If singing makes you happy, then do that. If dancing, being a teacher makes you happy, then do that. You don't always have to do what other people tell you to do. Like, don't be a people pleaser. Do stuff that makes you happy. This is your future, your career, your experiences. It's not theirs. They had their chance to do what they want to do. If they wanted to become a doctor, an engineer, or whatever, that was their choice, and it's your time. It's your choice to do what you want to do. So you want to make sure that you're doing what makes you happy, not what makes somebody else happy. Don't try to please your parents. Don't try to please your friends, your family. Like, no, we don't do that over here. Do what makes you happy. Do what makes you feel good. Do what makes and piques your interest. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is balancing your classes. Now, this ties in a lot with time management, and so with time management, I would say get a planner. Get a planner. I am a planner girly. I love me a nice, good planner. You know what I'm saying? So I would definitely say get a planner. Block out your schedule. Like, write down your assignments. Write down what time you want to do your assignments. Write down times that you want to do extracurricular activities. Write down times when you have meetings and stuff that you want to do and participate in. Like, you want to make sure that you're writing that all down in your planner, so that you can see, like, visually see what you need to do, what time you need to do it, how much you need to do. So it helped me a lot. Like I have a planner. I got it off of not Instagram. I got it off of Amazon. It's called Go Girl Planner, and I love it so much. It's really helpful. It can come in like a small one, and there's also a big one. I have a big one right now that I keep in my room. I don't carry that around with me in school because it's just too much to carry. If you don't have a planner, then you can easily use your calendar app or your reminders app. Make sure you're setting reminders to do your homework, any activities you have to go to, any events you have to go to, any meetings you have, any doctor's appointments. Like, you can use your calendar and your planner for that. So I would highly recommend doing that. I would also say to have a good sleep schedule. If you want to balance your classes and balance everything, you have to have energy to do so. You don't want to stay until 2, 3 a.m. and then you have to get up for 8 a.m. class. Like, that's just not happening. So I would highly recommend having a good sleep schedule to help with your time management and your energy levels. And like, if you have a lot of energy, you get good sleep, and you can do everything you can do for that day. So I would highly recommend having a good sleep schedule. The next piece of advice I have is about housing. So I would say make sure that you have your deposit ready because housing fills up fast. So our housing, our deposit is $300. So you want to make sure you have that $300. And so what I would say is save up some refund money that you might get and save that and just have like $300 separate so that you have the deposit ready to go from the refund money that you earn. I would also say if you're planning to have roommates or you want to schedule to have your roommates put together in the same room, then I would definitely recommend to make sure your roommates are ready. Like, make sure everybody is ready. Everybody has a deposit. Everybody has their housing where they want to stay at. And just make sure they have that ready so that way it can be a smooth transition, a smooth process when y'all do apply for the housing and stuff like that. So make sure everybody's ready and prepared for the housing. Okay, so the next piece of advice I have is about the bathrooms. So whether it's community or apartment style, suite style, whatever, you want to make sure you're cleaning up after yourself. You don't want to be a messy, nasty person. Like, nobody wants a messy, nasty roommate. Like, it's absolutely disgusting. People shouldn't have to clean up after you, especially at your big age. At your big college adult age, nobody should have to clean up after you. You're 18 plus, 17, 18 plus. Make sure you clean up after yourself. It's gross. It's nasty. Clean up after yourself. I will also say to have shower shoes because even if I clean the shower myself, I'm still wearing shower shoes because it's just something about them showers. I'm not putting my bare feet in the shower. I will also say to make sure you have a robe or a shower wrap just to make sure that you're covered up. You know what I'm saying? Covered up so that your roommates ain't seeing all your goody goodies. The next thing I would say is to have a sturdy shower caddy. Like, you don't want a flimsy shower caddy because them things will rip. Like, whether it's a mesh shower caddy like the one I just showed you off my Temu haul, or if it's like a plastic one, like them things break. And I would say get a mesh one because you can hang it up. And then they also, like, the water doesn't like leave mold and stuff, or you could just wash it. And it's just a lot easier than having a plastic one in my opinion. Because I did both. Like, first semester, I had a mesh one and then it ripped and I had to get a plastic one. I didn't really like the plastic one that much because it did get dirty really fast. And I could easily wash the mesh one. I really did like the mesh one better. So I would highly recommend getting a mesh shower caddy and one that hangs up so that's easier to use and have access to in the shower. I'll also say keep up with your stuff. You don't want to keep leaving your stuff in the bathroom for people to take, for people to steal, or like even just leaving your stuff everywhere. You don't want to do that. So just make sure you're keeping your stuff in check and make sure you're leaving with all your stuff. Okay, the next thing I would say are textbooks. Don't pay for textbooks. We're in an age where you can easily look stuff up, find a PDF version. Do not pay for textbooks. But in my school, we have the hardback. So with that, the books come with the tuition, so you don't have to pay extra to buy the books. So the hardback is completely free, and you just order your books online, and you just pick it up when it's ready at the bookstore. And so that's what we do. And it's a lot easier. It's a nice little thing going on right now. Everything is kind of backed up, so I still don't have half my books that I need. I only have my thing for English, and I need my math stuff. I have math tomorrow, and school starts tomorrow. And I don't have none of my math stuff, none of my chemistry stuff. I have chemistry tomorrow. I don't have the chemistry book, nothing. So I'm just waiting for them to get my stuff in check. I'm going to go tomorrow to double check to see the status of my stuff. But other than that, I don't have my stuff yet, but it will be coming. So make sure you're doing PDF versions, online versions of books instead of paying for them. Or like this. Sometimes upperclassmen will also sell their books that they use their freshman year or their past year at college. I will also say go to class before you purchase anything. Like, sometimes you don't even need the book. Like, it'll say that it's required, but a lot of teachers, they either provide you with like documents and like papers and stuff on paper, like in-person stuff, or like physical copies, or sometimes they just don't require the books. Like, sometimes you don't need it, or they'll have it on like Canvas or something, or they'll upload the PowerPoints or something. Like, just make sure that you're not paying for anything that you don't need to. So go to class first, and then if you have to buy something, then buy it. But other than that, I would definitely say Like, do not buy nothing offhand, off rip, just by reading the syllabus, because you might not need them. Syllabus have time to be outdated anyways. Okay, so we're coming down to the last 2 topics. So the next topic is advisors and tutoring. So with this, I would say go to your advisors as often as possible. Get your course curriculum and know what classes you have to take. Also, make sure you can find your course audit, because that really lists out everything that you have to take, everything that you've already taken, and it like crosses them out as you go. So you want to make sure you're looking at your audit and also your course curriculum to see like what classes are like recommended, but your audit will tell you everything that's required. So like the course curriculum like layouts the way that you would do it year by year or semester by semester, and your audit tells you what you need to have done before you graduate. And I will make sure that you have an advisor in your department or in your major. You want to have a department in your major, because I had a plant science advisor and I'm an animal science major, so it wasn't working out. He wasn't really helping me that much. I had to do everything myself. I didn't really like that, so I switched to an animal science advisor, and she really helped me a lot, and I love her for it, because I would not know what I'm doing without her. And so yeah, so I would definitely recommend that, or like even going to like a general advisor, because they can help you sign up for your classes, register for your classes, everything, add classes, drop classes, withdraw from classes, everything. So just make sure you're seeing an advisor in general, but I would highly recommend getting one in your department. Okay, and the last topic that I have is to take care of yourself. Self-care is important. Make sure you're taking as many breaks as you need. Get a lot of rest. Get a lot of sleep. Like, don't overwork yourself. Don't overstretch yourself out. Don't overwhelm yourself. Okay, and the last 4 things I would say is to definitely drink water and have a healthy diet, because why not? Why wouldn't you? I know it's kind of hard to have a healthy diet on campus, because it's not a whole lot of food options at some places. But eat a salad. Eat some vegetables. Eat some fruit. I eat fruit all the time. I have pineapples almost every meal. So eat some fruit, eat some vegetables, get some good protein in, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's all that I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please make sure you get a big thumbs up, hit the post notification bell to notify every time I post a new video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.